Hey everyone, my name is Andrew from Top Tier Fandom, and I've got the first 2 episode reviews of the new series on YouTube Red for Cobra Kai. So let's get into it. Yes! Regal Entertainment joined up with YouTube Red to release the first 2 episodes of Cobra Kai, the new YouTube series. Along with that, they also added a screening of The Karate Kid. First episode is completely dictated by Johnny's story, of course played by William Zabka. So we see him as a drunk, we see him getting up off the floor of his apartment. He has no life whatsoever, and the weird part is that he essentially has the role of Mr. Miyagi already, because his job is that of a handyman. So the first few scenes within the episode, he's going house to house fixing septic tanks and removing stuff from the gutters. You get to see Johnny in his element, which is not much. After 30 years, he's pretty much still reminiscing in the past, which has seemed to dictate the rest of his life path. And by the end of the episode, we meet Cholo Meriduana, whose name in the series is Miguel Diaz. Miguel Diaz is this scrawny little nerd who just moved into the neighborhood, much like LaRusso, and he's being helped or seen by Johnny Lawrence's character, who's somewhat the Miyagi character. And by the end of the episode, we do see a fight with the school bullies that Miguel has to deal with. And if it wasn't for Johnny's car being in the element, Johnny would not have gotten involved with this fight. We see him get involved and he kicks all these kids' ass. But, of course, it hurts. You see him wincing and aching in pain the first few kicks that he throws out. But you see Miguel watch him in awe, much like Daniel did when Miyagi helped them when the Cobra Kais attacked them in the Halloween outfits. So they're throwing that parallel at you right away. And I'm not going to say I hated it. I enjoyed it. As a Karate Kid fan, it throws you for a loop to think that Johnny's somehow going to be the good guy in all of this. What we also get is a surprise visit from his stepdad, played by Ed Asner, who's a complete prick, old man prick. By the end of the first episode, Johnny's so beat down, he hates his life, and what is there to save him? A monologue in a TV movie. That's what saves Johnny, to think maybe he should go back to his Cobra Kai days and think about setting up a new life for himself, which of course is immediately interrupted by the LaRusso car ad, which, no matter where you turn, Daniel is always lingering around Johnny's shoulder. So we go into episode 2, and now episode 2 is Daniel's life. It's his episode now. And I gotta say, I don't know, I didn't like Daniel that much in this episode. The first thing you see is a montage of him and Frank Sinatra's Ain't Love, A Kick to the Head. And he's got the perfect life, beautiful wife, 2 kids, he's drinking coffee, making breakfast, all that good stuff. You just see him as a sellout. I just saw him as a sellout in his cheesy commercials.
We are dropping prices on SUVs, crossovers, sedans, and convertibles.
The fact that every customer that comes into a shop gets a bonsai tree.
Every customer leaves with their very own bonsai tree. We kick the competition.
Yes! I don't know. It was a little weird. But we get a little bit more establishment into his family, which also introduces his 2 kids, Samantha and I believe Anthony. Not the greatest kids. Anthony is 10 years old, maybe playing around with video games, while Samantha's trying to fit in with the cool kids at school. And that is how the story shifts more into the kids involved, opposed to Johnny and Daniel. And through his daughter, we get to see this teenage life in high school, which is, the same dichotomy that we saw back in the 80s. You got the cool kids, the rich kids, the dumb kids, the weird kids, and the bullies, of course. And the story seems to be like the bullies, you would think the bullies would go to Cobra Kai. It's the other way around. The nerds and the ones being bullied and picked on are going to the Cobra Kai dojo to be taught by Johnny. And Johnny's not objected to this. He's going to make money back, and that's, I think, his main goal. But at the same time, he's trying to rejuvenate this Cobra Kai spirit. And
I'm going to teach you the style of karate that was taught to me. A method of fighting your pansy ass generation desperately needs.
These are the kids that are being brought to his dojo. And opposed to the bullies are playing the more, oh, I didn't know what happened type of thing. So when they're meeting Daniel for the first time and stuff, and they tell about this guy that beat them up and stuff for no good reason, these kids make Johnny the bad guy to Daniel. because Daniel has no idea what the hell's going on, and he hears these stories of a guy kicking young kids' asses, and he puts two and two together when he sees the Cobra Kai dojo reopen, and then that starts the rivalry again with Johnny and Daniel. I mean, by the end of the second episode, I don't know what to think right now. I mean, we've got 8 more episodes to go within the series on YouTube Red, again, starting Wednesday, May the 2nd. But right now, I don't know who's the good guy. I don't know who's the bad guy. I know I want to watch the show. You know, I was entertained. It brought back some nostalgia. There are callbacks to Mr. Miyagi, where Daniel's talking to himself, trying to get that knowledge back in his life. There is a shot that they showed for the preview of the full season where he's going to visit Miyagi's grave at the cemetery. And, you know, the further you look into the preview scenes, you know, I just saw a whole switch going on as far as storytelling. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. But for the next 8 episodes, I am in. Cobra Kai, Miyagi Dojo, Daniel LaRusso Auto, Johnny Lawrence, all together back again. And I can't wait. So again, I'm Andrew from Top Tier Fandom, and I hope you enjoyed this 2-episode review of the upcoming series for Cobra Kai.